disclaimers. So there's a new announcement and it's gonna be a new banner. I know it's been crazy, but we're still adding, or they're still adding more banners for us to choose. So basically what we're gonna talk about in this video is if they're actually good, the new Digimons, and probably if you're new, we'd also have a quick look on which to summon first if it will change from our previous set of banners. So let's start on with the announcement. So it's gonna be Rosemon BM and Ravemon BM. So it's gonna start tomorrow and it's gonna be available for a month. So yeah, we still have a time. Like if you're like me that doesn't have any rubies right now, then we still have time. So both are attack-oriented Digimons. So both are calm as well. So I think there's been a lot of tenacious Digimons for the past few weeks. And I think that started with Ravemon BM, but now I'm not sure if this is the start of a new personality streak. Is it gonna be calm again? So let's look. Of course, the usual bonuses, we're gonna get them. Battle Park, Clash Battle. And now we're here at the Digimon. So it's gonna be Ravemon BM first. That's gonna be reviewed. So let's check it out. So first of all, I think it's kinda cool, the appearance of Ravemon BM. So here's the skills. Deals 400% damage to 2 enemies. Main skill. So this is somewhat like the original Omegamon. Ignore enemy block, but this time it's 3 times the damage during critical hit. But I'm not sure. It's though it's good because it can deal a good damage because of the multiplier, but it doesn't have any effect other than that. So ignore enemy block, sure, but that's quite common already for the damagers. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of looking for something else, but yeah, let's see for the sub skill. So 190% damage to 4 enemies, level 1. Decrease 4 enemies tech damage resistance by 50%. Oh, there's a catch. So at level 10, it will be 70%. Oh, interesting, because I think the Gabmon Bond of Friendship reduces tech damage resistance by 60%. So this time we're gonna have more reduction of tech damage. So it's gonna be 70% if you manage to increase the level at level 10. So yeah, that's an interesting. So I think this is gonna be common that it will make more sense to increase the skill level because it will now have more impact on the skill, not just cooldown, not just damage. So there are also additional percentage in tech damage resistance. Interesting. So yeah, if you want, or if you have a tech team, definitely this might be useful in utilizing or maximizing your damage in Clash Battle as well. Also in Battle Park because it targets 4 enemies. So it's useful all around in the game probably. But before we continue that thought, let's look at the passive skill. So the passive skill is increase the critical rate of calm allies by 50%. That's good because you have a multiplier for the crit. And there are a lot of calm allies that can actually, or that has a multiplier for their crit. So you really need a lot of critical rate. So 50% is definitely gonna be good for a crit calm lineup. So who are those Digimons? It's on top of my mind is Alphamon or Ryuken, which can deal 3.5 times the damage during critical hit, and Imperial Ramon Paladin mode if you still have him. Okay, so now to the next effect, nullify blind effects, targeting all allies 7 turns. So we're at the era of 7 turns now. So I'm not sure. Ravemon BM kinda loses his uniqueness if that's the case, because it only reduced 5 turns. So yeah, Buildsmon BM won't be able to fully remove this one because of the 7 turns. So I'm kind of mixed, have mixed feelings about this because of um the way status ailments works actually is that once you get either blind or whatever status ailment, you won't be inflicted with any other status ailment until you have that status ailment. So if you get inflicted with blind, you won't be burned. So that's for me, that's kind of a bit of a dilemma because Shine Greymon BM is still lurking around the battle part. So the scenario always goes like this: Guzman BM uses sub skill, which has a chance to blind all enemies by 50%. But if Ravemon BM will neutralize or nullify the blind effect, then they won't be inflicted. So there's a chance that you'll be inflicted with burn instead, which for me is kind of problematic as well because you you can get a lot of damage from burn. So that's just a thought. I'm not sure if that's even gonna happen because of course there's a factor of AI. But if you have Shine Greymon BM and Belzemon BM, then maybe you can use it to your advantage when facing an AI in Battle Park. So yeah, basically that's a good overall, I think, especially maybe in upcoming Clash battles which inflicts blind. So yeah. And then the next effect is allows you to deal damage 1.5 times the damage to a brave enemy. So that's permanent. So 1.5 times the damage to a brave enemy. That's gonna be problematic for, of course, Buildsmon BM. I know there's a lot of brave Digimons that were released in the existing banners like Metal Garurumon, Brave, Minervamon Brave. So even Agmon Bond, friend of Bravery. So yeah, it's this is gonna be problematic for them. But other than that, of course, if it's not Brave Weak, then I don't think it's gonna be utilized. Then of course, the effect also of that is that it will target brave enemies first, unless someone triggered shout or other effects that may hinder them from hitting the brave opponent. So now we're at the stats. HP 8956. This is actually higher than Buildsmon BM. Buildsmon BM is only at 8600. This one is a bit higher. Not that much, but can make a difference if during critical times. So it's actually good, above average because it's above 8,000, almost 9,000 even. So this is actually good. And tech is definitely high, 6,913. This is even higher than the power of Buildsmon. So in terms of damage, this will definitely hit hard. And add the multiplier. Wow. And even if you might even have Digimon that can buff tech. So for example, I use Lady Devimon SDQ. So I got it from an event months ago. So it won't be really released anytime soon. But of course, there's gonna be a similar effect. But anyway, going back, basically it adds 60% to the tech. So 60% of 6,913. So let's just say 7,000. So 7,000, 60% of that is 4,200. So add that up, it's gonna be around 11,000. Somewhere there, 11,000 tech. So imagine how much the damage can be. Of course, we have to see for ourselves. The tech is high, definitely it's gonna hit hard, but we need to see it first. And yeah, so that's the offense So yeah, as mentioned in the announcement, it's an offensive type of Digimon. So Def is also higher than Rosemon BM. So in terms of survivability, it's also probably gonna be somewhat uh, a bit sturdier than Rosemon BM. But not by much because it's only 3,407. So Rosemon BM is 3,000, I think. But overall, this is okay. So speed is 30, also high. Usually we just get 25, 27. Now it's 30, maybe because it's calm. So yeah, in terms of stats, this is definitely a good one. Not that high of an HP, but this is a calm Digimon. Maybe we just got used to tenacious Digimons whose HP is way, way over there. So yeah, this is definitely a good stat. Good damage, good skills overall. So if you're gonna ask if you need to pull or if you're gonna pull, yeah, definitely a good idea if you have a good rubies. So before we go through the sequence of summoning, let's go through Rosemon BM first. So Rosemon BM. Let's see. So Rosemon BM. Let's look at the skills now. Main skill deals 400% damage to two enemies. Ignore enemy block. And deals damage to opponent and their shield. So that's a special effect. There's no multiplier, but this Rosemon BM will be able to damage the shield and the opponent HP. So somewhat like going through the shield. Interesting, but it doesn't have multiplier. And who has shield right now? It's mostly Shine Greymon BM. I know there are other Digimons that can actually activate the shield, but I don't see them that often in Battle Park. It's mostly Shine Greymon BM that's gonna be affected by this one, so not a big fan of this main skill. So let's look at the sub skill. Deals 190% damage to 4 enemies. Okay, that's good because that's 4 enemies. And then deals damage to opponent and their shield. So like we said, so far the only Digimon that I can see that has shield is Shine Greymon BM. So unless there's gonna be more tamers that's gonna be using a lot of shield Digimons, then definitely it's gonna work better, or you can utilize it better. But for now, yeah, it doesn't. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Then lastly, 50% chance to inflict skill lock on 4 enemy targets. Okay, not really that great. Skill lock is not that. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have that luster of an effect for me. But we have to see. Okay, passive skill, nullify skill lock. So yeah, if you're gonna fight Rosemon BM and you have Rosemon BM, then probably it even cancel out the effects. So it's gonna be it's only targeting calm allies. So yeah. So yep, and increase the counter rate of calm allies. Sure. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of counter right now because of the status ailments like burn. Once you counter and you counter, your Digimon will die just because of countering. So you have to check that out as well. Allows you to deal 1.5 damage to a tenacious Digimon. So this is actually relevant because there's a lot of tenacious Digimons out there right now. Heavy Leomon, Shine Greymon BM. Maybe if you got Belphamon SM, so yeah, you're lucky. And who else? Swanmomon. So yeah, basically there's a lot of tenacious Digimons right now, and this is definitely gonna be the advantage of Rosemon BM. It's gonna be canceling out or will have more damage to the tenacious Digimons. So good luck with that because tenacious Digimons are really tanky right now. and we'll just have to see how much Rosemon BM will perform against those tanky Digimons. So yep, 8,894 and HP. So basically we're at the stats now. HP is 8,894. Tech is 6,793. Def is 3,300. And speed is 30. So I think it's quite similar to Ravemon BM. It's just that some are a bit lower, but not by a significant amount. Just a bit, like not even 100. So it's actually good in terms of stats. But like I said, the effects of this one will have to be with specific opponents only, and with a good lineup as well. So yeah, basically that's it. So now we're on to the last part of the video. We're gonna look how or what's gonna be the priority of this banner in terms of, well, basically which Digimon is better to summon or get first. Because of like me, free to play, it's my Digi Rubies are really quite limited to the events, to the weekly battle park rewards, and if there are new stories, because I already farmed it out. Well, most of the available Digi Rubies. So of course we have Swanmon, Bilzamon BM, Heavy Leomon, Belfamon RM, that's gonna be gone tomorrow, and the Last Kizuna banner. So let's look at this one first, because this is gonna be gone. So should you try this, or should you try to pull before it's gone? For me, if you still have some spare Jesmon, might be a good idea right now, because the two Digimons are calm. So Jesmon's advantage here is that the HP is increased by 30%. So imagine almost 9,000 HP for both Ravemon and Rosemon BM plus 30%. So that's 2,700. So that's gonna be around 11,700. So it's you see the 11,700 is quite significant, because it's almost the same with the tenacious Digimons. So in terms of survivability, it will be definitely better. So it's quite interesting to see the battle of the shields and the battle of the swords. But yeah, of course, only do that when you have spare rubies, because yeah, it's gonna be gone in a few. So good luck if you're still trying to pull this one. Good luck. So with the priority of the banner, of course, I'm still rooting for Heavy Leomon because of the effectivity of the main skill, which is defending all allies, and the Heavy Leomon will be the one to receive the damage. For me, it's pretty effective in Battle Park because it can protect your lineup, and you can be flexible about how you build your lineup. Then, of course, a good damager, Bilzamon BM. Actually, this is what you're looking for here is not the damage only, because Ravemon BM and Rosemon BM is actually doing good in the damage, but the edge of Bilzamon BM is actually the sub skill, which removes 5 turns of the buffs from your opponent. So that's actually good, and also the damage that can hit multiple times. So that's good in Clash Battle, and even in Battle Park, I can see people one-hitting the Digimons, their opponent Digimons, with the skill of Bilzamon BM. So they can one-hit 4 enemies at a time. So that's actually great. But if you're done with this too, I think it's also a good idea to either you buff up your defense through Swanmon because of the passive, and Nullify Fade is definitely useful, or you can go with Ravemon BM already and Rosemon BM to be more offensive. So that's actually something that you think about based on your preference, based on your current lineups. Would you need more defense? Swanmomon is there. Would you need more damage or offense? Then you can go with Rosemon BM and Ravemon BM. And with that, I think, of course, we're not gonna include this one because I think and Digimon ReArise Summon. So I think that's already a given that you should save up your rubies. Don't use them for unnecessary banners. So I think this one is a collection only because it has been released to global quite late. So basically that's it. If you're still watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope that helped you decide if you're gonna pull tomorrow or not. So I guess just to sum it up, if you didn't quite get it, I think if you need more damage, just summon Ravemon BM and Rosemon BM. So that's it, and goodbye. Till next time.